Welcome to Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke Martin, and today I'm in Nepal. This is episode 2, and today I'm taking you for another huge street food tour. This time in the area of Patan, just about a 30 minutes drive from downtown Kathmandu. I'm going to take you for some Newari classics, and of course we're going to be sampling the famous Nepali momos. That's where we're starting it off, with the momos. I'm so excited. It's going to be a great episode, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. Let's go eat some Nepali street food. Momos are the most famous dish here in Nepal, and it has an interesting history. So there's been trade happening between the Tibetans and the Nepali for centuries, and the Nepalis really liked the momos when they tasted them from the Tibetans, so they brought it back here to Nepal and they added their own flair, and now today we have momos, which are distinctively here from Nepal. So you can order chicken or buff, which is buffalo, and here at this shop they're serving johl momos, which is a soup momo. So I'll show you the soup in a little bit, but he's got these 2 huge steamers with just tons of momos, so I'm so pumped to try these out. Let's go. So I have my plate of momos. These are buffalo momos, but like I told you, they're johl momos. So this is the johl right here. So there's some extra on the table. They already put it on your plate, but basically it is like a secret mixture at every restaurant. There's sometimes curd in it, sesame, all kinds of different spices, curry, and they already put a little bit on your plate. So you can add extra if you want, and these are the beautiful, beautiful Nepali momos. Look at those. You can get chicken or buffalo. I went with buffalo. And let me just taste some of this johl. It translates to soup, but it's kind of more of a sauce in my opinion. Oh my god, that's so good. It's got a kick. It's quite spicy actually, and it tastes strong like curry. I think they put curd in this one because I can feel a little bit of the sourness. Okay, let's just go right in for one of these momos. Douse it with some of the johl. Probably add more later. I'm gonna go for a 1 bite. I hope it's not too hot. Wow. That is just beautiful. Explodes in your mouth with juice. The johl is full of flavor, and the dumpling wrapper is super thin, and it's a nice lean meat on the inside, and you can see that this is the kind of Chinese influence. You know, 1/2 of the borders here in Nepal is with China, the other is with India, so you get this really unique cuisine. Let's add some more johl. Let's go generously with that. Oh man, these are really, really good. I could live off of these. I could eat momos for the rest of my life. Oh, this one's running away from me. That is so damn good. Oh my god, I love it. This is a beautiful looking chili sauce on the table, so let's try out some of this. Even though it's already got a kick to it, I think it could use a little bit more chili flavor. Oh, these are so, so good. I love momos. It's not super spicy, but it's got a beautiful flavor of chili, kind of smoky, and complements it really well. Oh man, johl momos, definitely my new favorite Nepali dish. I really could eat at least 4 plates of that, but I want to save some room because we're going on a huge tour again today. But maybe I go for some more momos later on today. Those are so good. Yum. You know that I'm probably in the very small minority of people who decide to come to Nepal strictly for food. I'm not doing any trekking on this trip, but of course everybody knows Nepal because of its beautiful mountains, including Mount Everest. You can kind of see them, but to be honest, the air pollution is pretty bad here in Kathmandu. But, you know, when we were coming in, I did get a good view of the mountains. I think I have to make another trip back in the future because I would love to do some trekking, but this time it's strictly food. I think it's safe to say that Kathmandu has the craziest wire situation I have ever seen. Man, that's gotta be a fire hazard. So we just popped into one of the many temples here in Kathmandu. This one is really beautiful, and there's some really unique things that they do here religiously in Nepal. For example, there are these young women called Kumari. From the time they're about 4 or 5 until they're about 12, 13, they're kind of looked at as a living goddess, and their feet are not allowed to touch the ground outside of their palace. And then at this temple, the priests are only about 13-year-old boys that will be priests for about 1 month, and during that 1 month they are on a very strict diet, no meat, apparently no salt. They can take like some supplements, I guess, but yeah, some really unique things I haven't heard of in other countries. And it's a beautiful mix of Hinduism and Buddhism here in Nepal. This is where Buddha was born, here in Nepal, and this temple is just coated in gold and it's beautifully intricate. I love it. Okay, our next restaurant is this right here. It doesn't look like a restaurant at all, but believe me, this is gonna be a good spot. Follow me in here. It's like walking into a cave or something. All brick walls. Oh, and it's absolutely packed with locals. Look at this place. Wow. So this place is called Honacha. It's over 100 years old. It feels like a cave in here. The walls are like black with soot because they've been cooking in here for so many years. And she's making bara, or it's also called johl, which is a Newari specialty. So it's a lentil patty. She slaps down some lentil, spice lentil mix, and then a little bit of buffalo meat on top, and then cracks an egg on top of that. And it's like a Newari pancake. To say that it's tight quarters is an understatement. It's a really tiny little restaurant and totally hidden, real local gem. And they've got all kinds of different things. The bara is definitely one of the most famous, but we're gonna try a couple different famous Newari dishes, which are like the indigenous people of the Kathmandu Valley. I'm really excited to be here and try this. Such a cool spot. This is my kind of place. So I've got my seat now. I'm right beside the grill, and yeah, it looks like she's been grilling on this for a century at least. It is seriously rustic, and I've got all the food here. So this is the famous bara. This one is the mix bara, which is with the buffalo meat and the egg. And then this is like a barbecued buffalo meat, and then it looks like it's been kind of curried. And then back here is a buffalo soup. And then this is kind of interesting. It's some beans, some pickles, and this is like pounded or beaten rice, they call it. And I guess you eat that with the soup. But I gotta go in for the bara. This is why you really come to this spot. Everybody's ordering it up. So let me dig into this. Okay, gonna go right in with my fingers here. Oh, it's still hot. Fried egg on top. She's fried it well done. And I got a little bit of meat in there as well. And it's like a lentil patty, as I mentioned. The texture is really soft. It's kind of airy and fluffy, actually. And then there's a lot of flavor coming from that buffalo meat. Let me go in one more time. Oh, it's really tight quarters in here. The other customers are sitting on the other side, so he's got to hand over the food over top of us. But let me try to rip into the middle here. Yeah, there we go. Get some buffalo meat. Thank you. Okay. It's really good. A little bit oily, and all the flavor is coming from that lentil patty and the buffalo mixture. Yeah. It's so light and airy, but greasy at the same time. And believe me, I'm getting lots of the smell and the full experience here. She just started a fresh batch of the bara. They're so popular, everybody's ordering it, and it is delicious. I know why now. But let's try some of the other dishes they have here at Honacha. So I'm gonna grab some of this rice and some of these beans, and then try some of this barbecued buffalo meat. Okay. Little caught off guard because it's actually cold, but it's full of flavor, super spicy. The meat has a nice smoky barbecue flavor too. I mean, that's really spicy actually. But I'm surprised how cold it is. Apparently they just barbecue and then they kind of marinate it in all of the spices. Let's try this one. Go for some of this rice, which is interesting. Gives it a lot of texture because it's kind of crunchy. And then try it with some of this buffalo soup with a piece of buffalo meat. That one's really good. Really tender meat. It's got a very beefy flavor, and, or I should say buffalo-y flavor, and a little bit of curry flavor too. It's an interesting combination to have it with that beaten rice. It's not cooked, the rice. It's just like crunchy, raw rice with some crunchy beans. So the other dish we've just gotten is intestines. These are grilled buffalo intestines with some onions on top. Grab a couple pieces here. She's just grilling them all on the same grill that has probably grilled thousands of buffaloes and baras, maybe millions. Those are really, really good. Goes great with the onions. They're kind of crispy and crunchy on the outside. And really fatty and oily too. They just melt in your mouth. Actually, I didn't think I was going to love the intestines, but that might be my favorite out of the 3 dishes other than the bara. This one's definitely the showstopper, the winner in my books. So good. That egg, you can just eat this by itself. It would be like a perfect breakfast item, in my opinion. What a cool spot. Such an amazing experience. So my seat is right next to the grill, but I'm also sitting next to some of the ingredients. It looks like this one is tripe, and then I think we've got some intestines down here. Yeah, those were the intestines we just tried. And I just learned of a special menu item that they have. This is called Chang. It's a Newari rice beer. So it's gonna probably be similar to Taiwanese xiaomijiu, which is a rice wine, I'm guessing. Let's try it out. It smells like it. Yeah, it's fizzy, a little bit tangy. It doesn't taste like strong alcohol, but you gotta be careful with this stuff because it will put you on your ass if you drink too much of it. Oh, it's really good. What a cool restaurant. I love places like that. Hidden gems. Perfect way to describe it. Or hole in the wall. Like literally a hole in the wall. Look at this. You wouldn't even know it's there. They don't even have a sign or anything. You have got to try that place out. I'll try to leave some information for it down in the description box and hopefully you can find it. But wow, their bara was so good. So Kathmandu has a lot of rooftop cafes. Take a little break and grab a coffee on the rooftop of this place. It's a nice little cafe, rooftop bar too, I guess, because I ordered up a beer. I ordered up Everest beer, which is one of their beers, premium lagers here in Nepal, which is a really suiting name. You can kind of see some snow caps off in the distance, but again, it's quite smoggy here, so it's not the most clear view of the Himalayas, I'm sure, that you can get here in Nepal. But it's definitely peaceful compared to the streets. We're the only ones here. What do you think of Patan, this area?
I think it gives you another different vibe compared to Kathmandu. We were in the center yesterday. I like it though. It's kind of like give me more peaceful. I don't understand why, and I like how the buildings look.
It's like old style, but less hectic. Yeah.
Not at all.
This is a nice view. finished off at the cafe. That was really nice. And we've come now to an area called Patan Darbar Square. This is like the center of Patan, which is pretty much still Kathmandu. It's just a short drive away from Kathmandu, but it's like a different city center. And we're going to look, oh, there's some street food right there. We're going to look for dessert though. A very famous dessert called lakamari. So hopefully we can find it. Let's go. Goodbye to the peaceful rooftop and hello to the streets of Patan. God. So this is the sweet shop here. They're serving lakamari. I'm going to show you what that is in a second, but just appreciate how quaint and tiny this little shop is. It's so cool. I love how low the doors are and really tiny, but let's go inside and take a look at what kind of sweets they have. But for sure, we're going to try their lakamari. So this is the lakamari here. It's like a sweet that's covered in icing, and you can see it's got this really cool design, but they also make them in different shapes too. They had one that's shaped like a fish, so it's for like a celebration. You can see it's like almost like the jerry, but a little bit different. Actually quite different because it's coated in this icing sugar. And then if you look down here by my feet, they also have a bucket full of gulab jamun. I don't know what they call it here in Nepal, but that's what they call it in India. Gulab jamun. What is this one? It's gulab lamun. 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 Gulab lamun. All right. I think I'm gonna try both. All right. Got some sweets. I've got both the lakamari and the gulab jamun. What do they call it? Gulab amun?
Gulab jamun.
Gulab jamun?
So in Nepal it's called lalmun.
Lalmun. Gulab lalmun here in Nepali. So let's start with the lakamari though. Just gave us a little small one compared to the huge ones that they have in there. Let's try it. Very crunchy. It's quite sweet, but it's really, really dense and crunchy. It's like a cookie. Very crunchy and just sweet, not a whole lot of flavor. But let me try the gulab lamun. Take it all in one bite. Oh man, that one is so good. Still warm. It's like totally soaked with the sugar syrup, and it's got this soft texture, just crumbles in your mouth. That is so good. Oh, I think we have to get more. Yeah, I'm gonna eat another. So good. Oh, it just explodes with sugar syrup, and it's so soft. Yum. Okay, we gotta get some more because I just ate them all and Mink didn't get to try. Sorry. They're making all kinds of different sweets here at this shop, all kinds of different shapes, and everything is basically dipped in this sugar syrup at the end, and pretty much everything is fried as well too. Of course, I've had the gulab jamun in India, but here in Nepal, it's not as sweet, which I like, because in India, every time I've tried it, it's been so sweet that you can only eat like half of one, but I was able to eat, well, if I'm being honest with you, I had 4 of them. They were delicious. And we're going for more dessert too. So this is our next stop. It's called Nandini Food Court. We're gonna have a famous Newari sweet, but also a couple savory dishes as well. Let's go. So I just took a seat in front of Nandini's food court. I've got 3 different dishes here, starting off with the savories. This one is chatamari. It's like a Nepali pizza, they call it. It's filled with egg and keema, buffalo spice buffalo meat, and then the batter is rice flour, and then it's served with a chutney, and then this is just a spicy potatoes. Looks quite spicy, so we'll find out. And then back here is a Newari delicacy. This is a dessert. It's called yomari. Look at the shape of that. It's really interesting. And this one's filled with molasses, and then this one is filled with milk solids. So I think I gotta start with the savories first. Let's try this chutney. Break a piece of this off so I can go for a dip in the chutney. Let's try. Wow. It's really crunchy on the outside. That's really good. It's like a tomato chutney. It's not spicy. And then a really nice egg thickness on the inside with some buffalo keema. But I really love how crunchy it gets on the outside, and that chutney is delicious. A really light tomato, tangy flavor. So this is the aloo, the spiced up potatoes. Oh. No, it's not too spicy. It's actually got a sweetness. There's a little bit of a garlic spice, but it's just boiled potatoes, really soft. That one's also served quite cold, which kind of caught me off guard. Okay, it's spicier than I thought. It's a slow burn. Wow. But it's got a nice sweetness to it too. Yeah, this chutney I really like, actually. This might be up there with the top favorites. Definitely doesn't beat Momo, but it's really good with that tomato chutney. It is a little bit pizza-esque. All right, let's try the yomari. This one is with the molasses, and it's also got sesame on the inside. Look at that, really dark color on the inside. Whoa. Oh, it's so rich. It's really sweet and rich. It's got a kind of dumpling wrapper texture to the outside. The inside's still a little bit grainy. It's not like a really creamy molasses, but wow, it's actually too rich for me. I prefer the gulab jamun that we had. Still good though. Whoa, it's almost got a bitterness. It's so sweet. Wow. Oh, that's too sweet. I made a friend.
I think she's a girl, maybe.
She's got a tika. Another great day of eating here in Nepal today in Patan. I definitely recommend it. You can find all the information for the places that we visited down below, and we've got lots more videos coming from Nepal, so stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified. See you guys on the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.